Welcome to another CNSport YouTube video. You can see I've got my MST Systems t-shirt on, so go and check out MST Systems on Instagram if you want to get strong. We're going to be talking about EAAs and BCAAs, and we're going to do a video explaining what they are and how they work, and what I would recommend and how I would recommend you implement them into your diet. So we've got a couple of products here, EAAs, a couple of EAA products. Now I'll get the first thing that we're going to talk about, I'll get it out of the way, is EAAs and BCAAs. What is the difference between EAAs and BCAAs? There are 9 EAAs, and EAA stands for essential amino acids, and what that means is essentially your body, you can't produce it endogenously. It's got to come from an exogenous source. So it's an essential part of the diet, and you get amino acids from protein sources, meats and fishes and plant-based proteins and things like that. BCAA is actually part of the EAA group. So there are 9 essential amino acids, and 3 of them are called branch-chained amino acids. So actually, when you buy an EAA product, can you see that? This actually already contains BCAAs, because EAAs are BCAAs, or BCAAs are EAAs. So you've got 9 total EAAs, and 3 of them are BCAAs. Now, BCAAs get a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of attention, mainly because of leucine, and leucine is involved in a pathway which signals muscle protein synthesis. So years and years and years ago, we didn't really see EAA products as often. We've seen a lot more BCAA products, and it was mainly due to the leucine. So everyone wanted this amount of leucine, and you generally see it in 5,000 milligrams, something like that, 2,500, 5,000 milligrams, something like that. And it was used to signal your body to turn on muscle building, to turn on muscle protein synthesis. More recently, in the recent years, in the industry, what I've seen is a step away from standalone BCAA products, and now what we see is EAA products. And the reason for that is because actually you need all 9 of these EAAs to build muscle tissue. So why not have the BCAAs and the EAAs all in one product? And actually it turns out to be a better product. It makes more sense, get all the essential amino acids in one product, and you're going to stimulate muscle protein synthesis, you're going to flick that switch and turn it on, and you're going to have all the available amino acids you need to then build muscle tissue. Wow. This camera's way too close to me. Let's try. Is that better? That's better. So I started this video yesterday, I started recording for it yesterday, and then my camera ran out of battery. It's fully charged now. So I'm going to continue today. So yesterday we spoke about, we have an understanding of what BCAAs and EAAs are, and now we're going to go through is how would you implement them into your diet, if you know, what are the benefits to them. So if you're getting enough protein in your diet through protein intake through whole foods or supplemental protein, for instance, protein powder, then you should be stimulating muscle protein synthesis enough and having enough essential amino acids in the protein that you're consuming through your diet, so dietary protein. So then we start thinking, well, is an EAA really necessary? It's difficult to say. There is some instances in which I do think it is beneficial. So for instance, if there's periods of the day where you go for a long period of time without a feeding of protein, it's relatively common knowledge now, I would say, that feedings of protein spread evenly throughout the time you're awake, roughly between 4 and 6 or 7 times a day, is probably the most anabolic way of getting your protein in and spiking muscle protein synthesis and building muscle tissue. So if there's periods of the day, you know, maybe you commute a lot, or you're going to be in a meeting and you can't eat and stuff like that, then I definitely think there's some benefit to sipping on an amino acid, keeping your body in an anabolic state as much as you can. And the other time that I would suggest would definitely be if you're dieting, if you're on restricted calories, on reduced calories, you know, and in that instance is actually something quite nice to drink throughout the day. My recommendation on when to consume BCAAs and get the most benefit of a BCAA EAA product would be during, so just before and during training. And that is because potentially there is fatigue reducing benefits based on the hypothesis that during training you get a decline in BCAAs, and BCAAs and tryptophan share the same pathway to the brain, leaving a higher concentration of tryptophan, then converting its way down into the hormones that make you fatigued and tired. So in theory, the idea is that you consume BCAAs, EAAs during training, and it's going to reduce your levels of fatigue, or reduce how quickly you get fatigued. So that is definitely the time that I would supplement an EAA BCAA product. If it's within my budget, I think if you're on a strict budget and you can't afford it, it wouldn't be an essential supplement for me. I think everyone's different. And I think I'm not sure, I might have mentioned previously in the video, but some people do anecdotally report a stimulatory-like effect, you know, feelings of energy, feelings of more focus and, you know, motivation when drinking an amino acid supplement, you know, just before and during the workout. So when I say just before and during, what I would do is I would mix it up in, say, a 500ml shaker. I would drink 200ml before, and then I would drink the rest during training. So that's it. I'm going to stop the video there. I don't want to yabber on, whatever you want to say, for too long. So I hope that gives you an understanding of EAAs and BCAAs and how to implement them in your diet and my opinion on them. This is a question that we get asked a lot on social media, so I'll link you all to this video, and have a lovely rest of your day.